I hate doing introductions. I don't like them, but this is more of an educational thing, I guess. Tips I was actually asked by a couple of people, a couple of my followers. It was really just my friend Gabriella. She commented on a picture of mine and said that I should do a video. Why when I talk, my daughter talks? Hey! My friend Gabriella, who just asked me if I could make a video for tips and tricks to help stay focused and tap into creative energy during this time. So, just to make me feel better and feel less awkward, I'm gonna put on my thinking cap. So I think I might be the perfect person to answer this question when it comes to tapping into your creative energy and making sure you are getting the best out of this time of self-sheltering, self-care, and quarantine. So, my first obvious tip, which is very obvious, just read a little bit. Just catch up on some stuff. Whether it's magazines or articles online, just catch up on things that maybe you were too busy to do prior to when it comes to reading. So for the next one, I'm going to turn my hat sideways to get a different perspective and maybe channel some waves from over here. Creative energy and creative juices. This is not working for me. Okay, I went back to forward. It fits my head better. Things I do to channel my energy creatively is I just do whatever I'm working on. What ends up happening is when I think I don't have any inspiration, or I think, oh, do I really want to sit down and do that? I'm kind of feeling drained out. I kind of have this sort of obsessive thing where I'll start working on something and I'll kind of obsess over it until it gets done and until it's perfect. So I'll find that if I start working on any project, I'll make something up. If I'm gonna design, just create a logo off the fly or just design something for myself, or if I'm just gonna have fun with a video, it'll start off being a project completely different, and then as I'm working on it, it becomes tweaked and it becomes better, and then I obsess over it, and the next thing you know, I've created something beautiful. So a really obvious thing to do is just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Another thing I do every now and then to really get the creative juices flowing is I listen to songs that I used to really like. Particularly songs from high school. I think I'm, 11 years out of high school? Jeez. And I'll listen to old songs that used to be on old playlists back then. And for some reason, it sort of triggers ideas I've had when I was younger that maybe then I didn't necessarily have the tools or resources to actually, create something or accomplish it. So I'll listen to old music and I'll think about the silly stuff I used to do when I was a kid and whatnot, and then it'll spark an idea. That's a really interesting perspective. Arguably could have been my most creative time of my life when we're children. So that might work for some people. What else can you do to get the creative focus going? Since we have time on our hands, just try and get a good nap in, since, you got a little time, try and get a really good sleep in, like a really good sleep in. That's great for your memory, it's great for your overall health. Just try and get a really good, uninterrupted sleep. Try and really get a good rest. You will be so amazed by what a good rest can do. Here's an interesting one. Word association. Find apps or games online that allows you to play with words. Word associations. Like when I think red, I think Corvette. Even though I don't even like Corvettes that much, I just think of Corvette because that's what's been playing through my mind, I guess. When I think of blue, I think of ocean. When I think of yellow, I think of energy. When I think of green, I think of the tropics. When I think of orange, I think of oranges, which is not original at all. Easy one for tapping into your creative energy. YouTube. Sometimes you gotta make sure that when you're watching YouTube videos, you're not getting sort of, I don't know, envy or frustration because you can't do the things they do. Make sure you're watching things that actually pump you up, motivate you, energize you, and actually get your creative juices flowing. Not just something you watch and makes you think, wow, I wish I had that camera, or wow, I wish I had that tablet, or wow, I wish I had more skills. Wow, I wish I had the ability to draw with my right and left hand equally good, which was more ambidextrous. I wish I had blonde highlights. Not me. I would look weird with blonde highlights. Not saying that people that go blonde with my hair cut, like super short, they look strange, but blonde highlights would be probably impossible. It would just... blonde highlights? Another tip, solid tip, drink plenty of water. I'm not even kidding. Water and green vegetables just puts your mind in such a great cleansing space. So that is a tip.